The animation world is undergoing a seismic shift as veteran producers Sherry Gunter Schugerman and Bobby Page reveal that the old business models are effectively broken. With traditional pathways to market narrowing and streamers pulling back on kids' content, the industry is seeing a massive pivot toward creator-led platforms like Hibu and Glitch Productions. It is no longer just about waiting for a network greenlight, but about building direct fan engagement and owning your own IP from the start.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Vaseline is rewriting the playbook on community-driven innovation with its new originals line. By taking legendary beauty hacks from creators like Jen Key and Lauren Luke and turning them into official retail products, the brand is proving that the best R&D happens on TikTok. This move from trend validation to direct co-creation shows just how powerful a brand becomes when it stops guessing what customers want and starts listening to the hacks they have been using for years. Adobe is making major waves as it aggressively expands its AI portfolio to redefine the tools available to digital creators everywhere. Investors and tech enthusiasts alike are keeping a close watch on how these rapid advancements will integrate into the creative ecosystem. Whether you are looking at this as a buy or a hold, Adobe is clearly positioning its tech to be the backbone of the next generation of content production. Dr. Jill Biden made a surprise appearance at the center's annual dinner, where she joined a star-studded crowd to honor heated rivalry co-creators Jacob Tierney and Brendan Brady. The night was packed with impact, featuring appearances from author Rachel Reed and a high-stakes auction that saw Dr. Biden herself bidding big for a role on the show. With over $500,000 raised for the community, it was a night of love, expression, and massive support. If you want to keep up with all these stories as they develop, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Ever wonder why it feels like the golden age of animation just hit a massive brick wall? If you've noticed a shift in the cartoons your kids are obsessed with, or even the ones you're watching, it's not your imagination. The entire business model of children's animation is effectively broken. We're witnessing a major collision between a post-streaming hangover, the death of linear TV, and an industry that is suddenly terrified of taking risks. Recently at the Quirino Future Lab, heavyweights like Sherry Gunter Schugerman, the brains behind classics like The Simpsons and Family Guy, and Bobby Page of Glitch Productions pulled back the curtain on why things are so chaotic. The hard truth: the streaming bubble popped. Platforms bought up everything in sight for years to inflate their subscriber counts, but when the dust settled, they realized kids' content wasn't the magic bullet for retention they hoped for. Now the money has dried up, and legacy studios are playing it safe, doubling down on established IP while ignoring fresh ideas. But here is the fascinating plot twist: the old gatekeepers are losing their grip. We are seeing a complete power shift toward independent, creator-led studios that don't need a boardroom's permission to greenlight a show. Look at Glitch Productions or the runaway success of the amazing Digital Circus. They aren't waiting for a network to give them a budget. They're building massive, die-hard fan bases on YouTube first, selling out theaters, and cashing in on merchandise, all while owning their own intellectual property. It's a total reversal of the traditional pipeline. Build the audience, get the validation, then grab the capital. It's about creators finally owning their own destiny instead of begging for a seat at the table. If you're a fan of animation, you should be excited because this shift is paving the way for bolder, weirder, and more authentic stories than traditional studios ever dared to touch. I'd love to know what you think. Are we better off leaving the old studio system behind in favor of the indie YouTube revolution? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the future of media. After all, the best stories are usually the ones that refuse to follow the rules. What if your biggest product innovation wasn't born in a sterile boardroom, but in a chaotic, viral TikTok video filmed in someone's bedroom? Vaseline is proving that the future of beauty isn't just about selling a product, it's about owning the conversation. Welcome to the era of Vaseline Originals, a move that's turning 2 decades of fan-made hacks into a retail empire. You've probably seen the hacks. using Vaseline to tame unruly brows or mixing it to create the perfect highlighter. For years, brands just watched these trends from the sidelines. But Vaseline is doing something different. They're handing the mic back to the creators. They've taken iconic, decade-old hacks from pioneers like Jen Key and Lauren Luke and turned them into legit store-bought products. And the result? A total sellout on TikTok live in mere minutes. This isn't just clever marketing. It's a brilliant pivot from trend validation to genuine co-creation. Think about it. Instead of spending millions on R&D to guess what consumers want, Vaseline is mining the 3.5 million hack-related posts already flooding the internet. They aren't just amplifying content. They are treating their community as a massive, distributed innovation lab. By giving credit where it's due, they're building a level of trust that corporate PR campaigns simply can't buy. For those of us in the industry, this is a massive wake-up call. Innovation is moving to the edge. It's happening in the comments sections and the viral duets. The lesson here is simple. Stop guessing what your audience wants and start paying attention to what they're already doing. If you want to stay relevant in a creator-first world, you need to learn how to operationalize the community. So, I want to hear from you. What brand do you think should turn your favorite social media hack into a real product? Drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the creator economy, and remember, the best ideas are often already staring you in the face. Is Adobe still the king of the creative world, or is its AI-fueled future losing its shine? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on Adobe's latest expansion of its artificial intelligence portfolio. With heavyweights like Microsoft, Salesforce, and Google fighting for every inch of market share, the big question remains: is ADBE a must-have in your portfolio, or should you keep your wallet closed? Adobe has been sprinting to integrate generative AI tools into its core software suite, aiming to keep its massive user base from jumping ship to cheaper, AI-native competitors. It's a classic defensive move that could turn into an offensive powerhouse if they pull it off. But the tech landscape is notoriously fickle, and the competition is only getting fiercer. As we track the moves from analysts and monitor the broader sector, we have to ask ourselves, does the stock's current valuation reflect the actual impact of these AI tools on the bottom line, or are we just buying into the hype cycle? It's a high-stakes game of innovation versus inertia. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stocks moving the market. After all, in the world of tech investing, the only thing more dangerous than missing out is not knowing what you are actually holding. Imagine walking into a high-stakes gala at Cipriani Wall Street, only to look up and see the First Lady of the United States walking through the door. That is exactly what happened at the annual lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community center dinner. And let me tell you, the room absolutely erupted. Dr. Jill Biden's surprise appearance turned an already star-studded evening into an unforgettable moment for the LGBTQ+ community. This isn't just about glamour, though. This dinner is the lifeblood for the center, which provides critical, life-saving resources every single day. This year, the spotlight was on the hit series Heated Rivalry, and its creators, Jacob Tierney and Brendan Brady. What's fascinating is how a story about a gay male couple has transcended its niche to touch such a massive, diverse audience. Author Rachel Reed, who penned the source material, hit the nail on the head when she spoke about how hopeful she feels seeing this story bridge so many gaps. During his remarks, Jacob Tierney offered a powerful perspective that stopped the room in its tracks. He spoke about how the struggle against misogyny is something that unites us all, whether you are a gay man or a woman, and that shared experience is precisely why these stories matter. The energy in the room peaked during a live auction for a walk-on role in Season 2 of the show. And here is where it gets fun. Dr. Biden actually jumped into the bidding war, dropping a cool $35,000. She was eventually outbid as the total contribution soared to an incredible $250,000. But the message was clear. This community has powerful support. Between a killer performance by Spice Girl Melanie C. and the presence of icons like Attorney General Letitia James, the night was a resounding success, raising over $500,000 to keep the center's doors open. It's a beautiful reminder that when we celebrate love, freedom, and expression, the impact is measurable. What do you think about the mainstream success of shows like Heated Rivalry in advancing the conversation? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this update, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that matter. Remember, progress doesn't just happen. It's fueled by the voices that refuse to stay silent.